Your phone rings, but it only rings once. Should you call back or just ignore it? Today on Delmarva Life, we tell you why you'll want to think twice before you dial.
Plus, who better to learn how to protect yourself from a scam than a person who's made it their profession? We hear confessions from a con artist and what she says are the biggest mistakes we're making every day, leaving us vulnerable, and the 3 areas we're most at risk.
One area of risk we try to minimize at all costs is all things surrounding our children. Alice Bavis tells us about the new gadgets geared at helping us parent digitally and what doctors have to say about their safety.
Another digital device that's supposed to make our lives easier is the Easy Eyes keyboard. It says it's perfect for older adults and others with poor vision and great for young children that are just learning the alphabet. Coming up, we put those claims to the test.
So ladies, are you sporting a brand new diamond ring this Monday? If you are, congratulations. If you are not, well, this message is still for you. Angie Hicks from Angie's List tells us how we can determine if any of our jewelry has more than just sentimental value.
Today we are on the ice curling, and there's a lot more to this sport than you may realize. I'm going to explain coming up.
And from the competition of the Winter Games to one happening in our kitchen, today WBOC's Alice Bavis and Paul Butler try to take us down in our 5-minute recipe challenge.
Try being the emphasis there, and if you're looking for something to do with your family, we've got you covered too. You can learn how you can win a family 4-pack of tickets to see the Globetrotters. Delmarva Live starts right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from Historic Studio D.
And what a weekend. Weather was perfect to just stay in and watch the Winter Games, and that's
Yes.
exactly what I did.
Did you do that?
Yes.
Not as much. I didn't watch it as much as I could have.
Well, if you haven't heard the name TJ Oshie, if you never heard it before, you probably heard it many times over the weekend. I don't know if you caught the U.S.-Russia hockey game.
Yeah.
8 shootouts. He's the one who made it. So a lot of people calling him a hero. He's saying he's not a hero. The guys in camouflage are the real heroes in our world. Also, I watched curling over the weekend.
I saw a little bit. I should have stayed and watched it. I didn't see much.
Yeah, I kind of understand it, but not really. That's why I'm glad that Brian's going to show us how to do it a little later in the show.
Yeah, I got
But a
nothing
little
out of it at
taste
all.
of the Winter Games was here on Delmarva over the weekend.
Take a look at these pictures. More than 150 skaters came to the Talbot County Community Center to compete in the 4th annual Talbot Classic Figure Skating Competition. These are actually some pictures from the last time they were out. Solo skaters, production teams, and synchronized teams all performed, and who knows, you may see some faces here that we could someday see in future Winter Games.
That's right, U.S. cleaning up on the ice over there. And
oh, yeah.
well, you may remember the Lottie launch from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility back in September.
Zero ignition and lift.
Yeah, the unmanned rocket's mission is to help scientists learn more about smaller elements like comets in the atmosphere. Lottie's onboard camera system took some pretty awesome photos of the moon and stars. Take a look at these images. They were taken on February 8th. Eventually, get this, Lottie will crash into the moon to end its mission. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either until I read about this, but these are amazing images of the moon.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, speaking of outer space, it appears the mystery of the world-famous jelly donut rock. Have you seen that?
Yes.
May have figured that one out on Mars. Take a look at these 2 pictures side by side, taken 12 days apart. You'll notice on the right, a little something extra there. There are those that say it looks like a jelly donut.
It does.
Some suspected that Martians had put it there. Anybody who knows anything knows a Martian will not drop his jelly donut. So what it turns out is NASA's own Red Planet rover Opportunity created this little mystery. It seems the vessel drove over a large rock, and at 400 pounds, it crushed it with the force from the wheels, sending fragments all over the place, and that's one of them.
I still like to picture Marvin the Martian holding a jelly donut. I just want to go with that.
We need to get that picture. Yes, you're right. Well, congratulations to Dover High School Assistant Principal Courtney Voschel. Dr. Voschel was named National Secondary Assistant Principal of the Year by the National Association of Secondary School Principals.
Yay.
She traveled to Dallas, Texas last week for the annual NASSP conference, where she made a presentation about her work at Dover High School. And Dr. Voschel Michelle, who began her teaching career at Dover High School in 2003, has been the school's assistant principal since 2010.
Yeah,
Great
how about
job.
that?
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations. And some would say it's been a good run. James L. Ford III says he's not seeking re-election after 10 years in the mayor's office in Lewes. Known for such accomplishments as overseeing the restoration of the Overfalls Lightship and the Lewes Canal Front Park, Ford says he's stepping down because of his contracting business and to spend more time with his new grandson.
New grandsons win out every time. If you're a die-hard NASCAR fan, you were probably pretty excited to see the number 3 going around the track again. It was Austin Dillon putting the famed number 3 back out at front for the Daytona International Speedway.
Top of the chart for Austin Dillon.
Dillon won the pole for the season opening Daytona 500, driving the number 3 Chevrolet. That car, by the way, Richard Childress had refused previously to field because NASCAR top level races since Dale Earnhardt's fatal accident in the last lap of the 2001 race. But that was his 23-year-old grandson driving the car there and put it in
you
first.
can't say no to the grandson,
Can't
as you
say
mentioned
no to the
before.
grandson. Grandson wins every time. Okay, so the Tazer has become a viable alternative for controlling unruly people. One of the training steps for a person is to be tased. Now, we're going to show you this again here in just a second so you understand exactly what's going on. This is an Air Force video of I believe she's an MP taking Taser training. It shows you it can be a little bit painful, not only for the one being tased, but the person holding her up, because what you probably couldn't see was exactly what she got a hold
Watch
of.
where her left hand goes.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's a bad day if you're helping out training.
Oh my goodness. Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, if you're a mother, you know they are always coming out with new gadgets to make taking care of your baby a lot easier. And if you haven't had an infant in 15 years like me, you may be surprised to see just what these gadgets can do. But how much is too much? WBOC's Alice Davis joins us to share what she found out.
And here's a little gadget that promises to make typing easier on your eyes. Not this, but this. It's called the Easy Eyes Keyboard. You guessed it, we put it to the test.
Plus, if you watched the Winter Games over the weekend like I did, you probably saw the curling. It's a sport that's been around for quite some time. We wanted to know more about it, so Brian, he hits the ice and gets a lesson.
But first, what makes a woman a prime target for thieves?
A lot of times women become victims because of our willingness to help someone.
Protecting yourself from being conned. There are so many scams out there these days. We're going to get some advice from someone who made a living stealing from others. Delmarva Live. We'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.